Speaking about white erasure, though, how would you like your surgeons working on you or your loved one behaving like this?
I'm Dr. Köhne.
I'm gonna have to turn that music off, but you got the idea of what the music is, kind of music it is. Oh, there's shit. Oh yeah, little bit of club. Oh, look at this. I didn't even notice this. Two of the doctors are back there with their hands on their Celebi's crested macaque asses and jiggling them up and down. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, whoa. Yeah, the OR. Yo, 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 nibba. What's up, my neighbor? Yo, yo, we working on yo. This is anti-whiteism. This is the white erasure of our norms. Rules aren't followed. Standards are dropped from white male Western standards to non-Western standards, where people are, well, you know, it doesn't always have to be so critical. It doesn't have to always be a specific way. Yes, it does. So we went from that, the areas we live, our intimate lives, to the areas we live, and now to the places where we are sick. And we need to submit ourselves to surgery for repair, surgical repair here. This is where, obviously, like in the first two categories, the standards need to be white, male, Western. But instead, that's been white erased. That's oppressive. That's burdensome. That when you have these white male standards, well, you can't have these kinds of surgeons. And that's not fair to them. We just saw another graduating class of literally, you know, we make the joke, a bunch of new brain surgeons, literally surgeons, all black, doing like club ghetto dancing at their graduation. And now this video resurfaces from, what was it, a couple of years ago, where you have black nurses, black surgeons, black, and what's relevant here is that it's anti-white, is that it's white erased. That's what's relevant for our people. If you want to be a people, that's what's relevant. For those who are in the know, that's what's relevant. For those who want to put an end to the white erasure, that's what's relevant. So here you have in the OR. And so you have to ask yourself, what is it like in the emergency room, the ER? What is it like at the doctor's office? What has happened with the standards there? What about the standards at the health insurance companies? There's no pushback at all. There's no pushback at all for capitalist enrichment to the stars and beyond. And how well are these doctors, on average, who are licensed because of anti-whiteism and white erasure, how effectively are they going to push back? First of all, are they going to diagnose you properly? And then how effectively are they going to fight for you when it comes to your insurance company not wanting to pay for the procedures you might need? Because now capitalism, you don't have a people. White race, I've been saying this since I was in junior high school. If you don't have a people, if we are not a people, then this love of capitalism will put money above all of our lives. And holy shit, has that come to fruition. It was already coming to fruition when I was in junior high school. I was just realizing it, putting two and two together, and it just keeps getting worse by the day. We've all seen these videos going around from this female doctor, I think she's a white female doctor, where the insurance companies are trying to get her fired, trying to get her privileges removed from the hospitals that she works at, because she went public with how they were denying absolutely necessary procedures on women who have breast cancer. The reason why that's able to happen, conservative friends out there, is because we're not a people, we're not a race, the white race. We keep trying to ignore, and you just wait until a little bit later in our gathering. We're going to show you a real conservative bitch and a great example of this. Keep denying that we're a race. Keep being unconcerned about the victimization of our people and lauding money. And this is what you get. This is why that white female doctor is being pursued to revoke her privileges. And so she'll never have privileges to work at a hospital again. Because you keep putting money and abstractions above the flesh and blood of the white race, Western kind. These are the people that are going to be working on you and working on somebody you care about, because there will be no others. Here's the kicker. The white guys that get through this mess, we just talked about it relative to the harbor pilots. They're not going to be. All the white guys that you find in there, you're not going to be finding the most competent white guy that should have the role. The percentage of those guys shrinking. The percentage of white females that could do the job competently shrinking. Instead, you're going to get, if you find a white guy, your odds increasingly are that you're finding a white cuck. You're finding a white guy that is submissive to all of this, that is going to speak ad nauseum about the genius of his black colleagues, submitting to all of these non-white colleagues and celebrating them in every aspect of his professional life as the true leaders and pioneers and thinkers. Why? Because he won't even be allowed to be there if he doesn't. He'll either accept the crumbs or nothing at all. You want that guy working on you? He won't even be able to dance. At least these people can dance. Look at this shit. Well, why can't they dance? Why can't they just break out and dance in the OR, Jace? That's what they feel. That's what they feel in their bones. They feel it in their bones. Why? Because it's anti-white. Because this is the West and it's ours. That's why they are not allowed to do that. Because this is the West and my white male standards should be enforced there. So you walk in there like you have a fucking pole driven up your ass. You are erect, chest out, stomach in, clean shaven, smart looking, full night's rest, highly educated. And if you're not all of this, then get the fuck out. So I got to say to my white brothers and sisters out there, and there are a lot of new people are watching the content, you've got to appreciate that we always have to talk in terms about us and our norms and our ways if we are going to put an end to this. Your father would have looked at this and said, Enners. Your grandfather would have said, Enners. Your half-witted 75 IQ cousin, who maybe is a little inbred, would look at this and say, Enners. Your great-great-grandfather would have said, Enners. 6 grades back would have said, Enners. Has that worked? God almighty. So there you go. When we start saying that this is anti-white, and I got another video to show you. When we start saying this is anti-white, then we got a chance to put an end to it. Not before. Unbelievable that this could happen. Well, what? They're doing it in South Africa this way. Well, they're doing it in Detroit this way. They're doing it in Philadelphia this way. What's the problem? Racist? Problem is, that's your mother or your father laying there. That's your son or daughter laying there. And they ain't always going to be just tweaking in there. They're going to be saying, can I cut here? Did you ever take that class? Are we allowed to cut there?